Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Wow. Tuesday morning. And yes, the Detroit Lions are on a 3-game win streak. Yes, it is the week of Thanksgiving. Yes, it is the week of, quote, the game. This is a great week, especially in Michigan. It is one of the best times of the year. It's the week of the 26th, right? It's the week of Thanksgiving. You now have Michigan, Ohio State, battle of the undefeated. First time since 2006. Yeah, we're even World Cup action to the point where Fish is dancing all morning long.
Oh, my goodness.
Fix your camera.
Okay.
But all morning long, dancing in and around the studio. Not letting me hear the end of it. Having said that, Fish, we have to answer the very, 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 very important questions this morning.
Oh, why Argentina suck balls?
How in God's name did Argentina lose to a country like Saudi Arabia?
I mean, it's just they took their chances better, probably. Or not
So you didn't
probably,
watch
they
it.
did.
You didn't wake up and watch it.
You saying I didn't or did?
Did you watch it?
Oh, hell yeah. How do you not?
So what do you maybe? I need facts.
Well, I gave you facts.
I need what happened.
I said yes. Saudi Arabia in the second half took their chances. They had 3 disallowed goals in the second half from Argentina, or first half from Argentina, and then from there it was.
That is
Argentina
disgusting.
They played awful in the
disgusting.
second half.
That is.
They
that
scored
is
2 goals in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. What are you gonna
first
do?
10 minutes.
Well, look. Let's talk about some
Pretty
positive
wild.
news. Jameson Williams returns to practice. Jeff, talking about this for weeks now. Mm-hmm. When will be the first day? When is the first game? Would it have been on the 4th or the 11th? Yesterday, you get him back in practice, full swing. Jameson Williams available. Probably not going to play on Thursday. I think we can all agree. But it's looking like Jacksonville at home. That's going to be game 1, debut, Jameson Williams, first-round pick. And I can't wait.
Me either.
And this is a speedster. This is a game breaker. This is a game changer. This is the individual you traded up 20 spots for in the first round for a reason. And had he not torn his ACL, not Garrett Wilson, not Drake London, not Chris Olave, none of those wide receivers would have been taken before him. And when the draft was over, and we reminisce on draft day way back a few months, you walked away with arguably the best defensive player and the best offensive player at picks 2 and 12. That was the cocaine. That was the excitement. That was the hype going into the season. That was a huge factor into what I believe all of you agreed on, which was, wow, this front office is really operating in a way that is different. It's going in the right direction. And with Jameson Williams back, it opens up the offense.
Yeah.
You now I like to put myself in other people's shoes. As a defensive coordinator, hell, the defensive coordinator of the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know what I have to do, Jeff?
Game plan for that speed.
I have to game plan for a team that is run first, so I have to commit bodies in the box or they're just going to run on me all day.
Right.
And the moment I do that, I have to be in the back of my head thinking, when the hell are they sending him on a go route? When are they sending him on a deep crossing route? When are they sending him on a deep post? When? Is it now? Is this the play? As a corner, as a safety, as a coordinator, you are always on your heels, and that plays in favor of the Lions. Jameson Williams coming back, not for Thursday, but for next Sunday, hopefully. It is offense changing, and I can't wait to see what Ben Johnson does with it.
Oh, yeah, you got to account for number 9. And I think the bigger thing I'm excited for is for him and Amon-Ra St. Brown, the dynamic between those two guys, right? You have Amon-Ra, who's great, really up to short, intermediate. He's not your big play guy that you're going to throw the ball downfield to, but now you have Jameson, right? DJ Chark was supposed to be that until you get Jameson back. And although Chark the fit, and again, this is the question I'm going to have, and I'm going to have to see. With throwing the ball downfield with Jared Goff, you just haven't seen it now. Back in L.A., he did it with Brandon Cooks. So we know he has it in him. And for Jameson Williams, it's not even about throwing the ball downfield, right? It's yards after catch. You get Jameson the ball on a slant, a 10-yard out route, he could take that thing to the house. Like, that's just the reality of it. As much as I like Khalif, as much as I like, even Josh Reynolds, Jameson's speed is just something different. He's way faster than any other wide receiver currently on the Detroit Lions. So he just provides a different element. And again, you want consistency at the wide receiver position all year. Guys have been in and out. You've had Amon-Ra for a majority of it, but DJ Chark in and out. Josh Reynolds being banged up. So to have Jameson for the rest of the year, him and Amon-Ra playing alongside each other, that's what you want to see, because in the future, those are your two wide receivers, dare I say, that are on rookie contracts. And they're unbelievable, man. Those two are going to work really well off of each other.
St. Brown started the season so hot, if you remember, right? He was the talk of the NFL.
Yeah, he was.
Injury, ankle, fake concussion, team struggling. These last 2 weeks, you've seen what a wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 looks like. And they have him. Amon-Ra is there. He is their best wide receiver.
He's possession.
And when you add Jameson Williams, who offers a unique, totally different skill set than Amon-Ra St. Brown, they complement each other. And I love that you brought up Jameson Williams, not just the guy that can run those deep crosses, beat you on a go route. He's the guy that'll take a bubble screen.
Yeah.
He'll take a standard screen. He'll take an underneath route. He'll take those intermediate, really those short crossing routes, just like Travis Kelce did against Los Angeles, except he'll burn you and take them to the house.
Mm-hmm. And St. Brown's getting those plays right now, which, again, just different speed
they
with
work,
those
but
two.
one has home run ability and the other doesn't.
Right.
And that is why you drafted Jameson Williams. He adds that X factor to your offense. And his return is going to be, I don't want to say season-changing, but it totally changes the offense. It totally changes the way this team plays moving forward. And I think that's something to be excited about. Because now you have an offense. Again, I will remind you, they run the ball effectively with their three backs, Swift, Jackson, Williams. They have an offensive line that not only run blocks very well, but they pass protect very well.
Yeah, they'll give him time.
And they give Jared Goff a ton of time. And now you will complement DJ Chark, working him back into the lineup with Amon-Ra St. Brown in the slot. And Jameson Williams on the outside. And then you can swap them. Jameson Williams can play the slot. This is an offensive coordinator's dream. And I'm telling you, the first time he's out there, you're going to see a bag of plays that Ben Johnson's had in the back of his pocket that he talked through, with Dan Campbell from the get-go. Like, hey, when we get this guy, look at this. This is what we can do. And you're going to see it against Jacksonville. And you know what? We'll talk about the Thanksgiving Day game later. 9:30? We'll talk about expectations, what the Lions should be able to do against the Buffalo Bills and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
But what the Lions have in front of them, outside of the Bills, it gets a lot easier. It gets a lot easier. And there are no easy games in the NFL, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But compared to what you have been playing, you were staring down the barrel of 1-9. You're now 4-6. Boy, how things change in the NFL. Boy, how quickly they change. Wait for it. Welcome to the NFL. 3 weeks ago, your coach looked like a turd. 3 weeks later, he suddenly stopped making all these bonehead decisions. And your team is winning football games. Whoa. And they're playing at a higher level? Whoa.
And above Dan, you have a general manager who's finding talent?
Whoa.
That's odd. You find talent,
I was told
make your team better.
I was told Brad Holmes is not a good talent evaluator.
I was told that as well.
So
I
I can't take you seriously.
I'm excited to see, but before we go to break, I'm excited to see St. Brown too, because he's been the number one really all year. But early in the year, when he had those hot streak of games, he had a full complementary of wide receivers around him. He had a full squad of DJ Chark, Josh Reynolds, everyone was healthy. T.J. Hawkinson. Imagine when Jameson comes back and he becomes the number one wide receiver we all hope he can be. How much better does that make Amon-Ra when defenses have to focus? Yeah, everybody. You're right, but with Amon-Ra, I'm telling you, those two are going to do some damage damage together. So Goff's going to have the weapons.
All right, well, the phone lines are open today. 313-552. Let's pin it to the Woodward Sports Chat. 6322. What?
I have some breaking news before we go to break.
Oh, what?
I have something that I was made aware of last night that I think we needs to be brought up.
Oh yeah, how do you not?
Oh, dear God. What's going on?
There was a upset over the weekend.
Oh! Yeah! There we go.
Oh,
I just thought the people needed to know.
Listen, I don't want to talk
Alex,
about it.
you are a man of the people.
I don't want to talk about it. George Kittle
outscored Christian McCaffrey.
No, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, Alex. I was up late. It was garbage time.
It was not garbage time.
It was 30-10.
It was 31-10.
31-10 in
And
the
it was
third
still like
quarter.
14 minutes left in the fourth quarter, all right?
Yeah.
And they dumped it off, and he house called.
He took a screen to the house, and I looked. Roman's texting me, "GG, man. You know, Christian McCaffrey's. You know, he's winning you the game. I'm up 5." And then that happens. Screw George Kittle, man.
On behalf of everybody here in the Woodward Sports
Kittle sucks.
Network, we're sorry. Actually, we're not.
He took that second touchdown of the house, and the rest is history. I take an L. So you know what?
Wait. So
and then they benched all the starters when Kittle scored.
Wait. So
No,
what does that mean for the standings?
Yeah, what do you have to say about that, Jeff?
Yeah, what do you have to say
what do you
about
have to say,
that, Jeff?
I'll sneak in, and it'll be like the Giants against the New England Patriots. I'll sneak in there. You
Oh,
can have your
please.
Randy Moss. You can have your Tom
please.
Brady.
Oh wait, so I'm
I'll
10-1.
still whoop that ass.
I'm 10-1.
Oh, wow.
And you're
I don't
7.
care. 10
you're
and
7-4.
10-1.
Oh, boy.
Who cares?
Oh, you're 7-4.
Who cares?
You may not even win your division.
That's okay.
You may not make the playoffs.
Jeff started 7-1. Look at him falling apart.
Ouch.
Hey, listen, I don't
Have
need
you
that.
lost
Listen.
3 in a row? He lost 3 in a row. Ouch.
Listen, Roman, I'll text Roman
Opposite
too.
the
That was
Lions.
probably the most crazy fantasy week I've had in a while. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm on an 8-game winning streak. You haven't even won 8 games
You
this year.
loser.
Hey, you can have an 8-game winning streak until you face me, and then it ends. And then it ends, baby. So we'll keep it up.
Oh, God.
I think I had like the second highest points in the league, or third behind you by like 1 point. So
Roman in the chat. Hold this L, Jeff. Hold it, baby.
Getting
Yeah,
excuses.
doesn't matter.
sorry,
Doesn't matter.
he knows. Listen, I had Jacoby Brissett starting, got me 25. So
yeah. I had
I
Daniel
wasn't supposed
Jones.
to be in that game. I'm gonna be honest with
okay.
Excuses.
you. We'll see.
Excuses.
We'll see. You're just mad I didn't trade you JT, baby.
No, I'm chilling. I'm winning. Yeah.
You can keep him.
You can keep him. He got you, what, 13 points? You
No,
could have
he
used
got
that
me-
extra
he got me
10
18.
points.
He got me
Oh,
18.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Just 5 more points.
Chubb had
All
like
right.
8 points, man. Chubb, you suck too. Nick Chubb.
Oh, God.
I'm going off. I'm ticked.
Why don't you bench Chubb and then he'll
Hey,
get
like
like
Chuck
40?
said, I got to fire a coach or two. So let me I got to relieve
I
some
think
guys.
you're the problem.
I'm the champ.
Let's pin the number at the top
How
of
are
the
the
chat.
Rams feeling about being the
313.
champs?
Shut the hell up, Fish. 313-552-6322. All right, let's pin it to the top of the Woodward Sports Chat. Live, woodwardsports.com. When we get back, Michigan survive Illinois.
Yeah.
Are you concerned as a Michigan fan heading into Columbus? The phone lines are open for you. After that, we will revisit the Lions and take calls. The calls we weren't able to take yesterday, we will take today at 8:30 for everybody who has an opinion, a comment, a reaction to the Lions game. I want to hear from all of you, and so does Jeff. So we'll get to all of you in just a bit, but before we do, Jeff, our good friends over at Cintron.
Well, after that fantasy loss, I needed something to get me up in the morning, and that was Cintron. Because Cintron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings. Cintron has combined all 3 of their delicious flavors into a limited edition 6-pack sampler box. Try Cintron's great tasting cranberry, classic, and sugar-free, all in 1 pack. You can pre-order your Cintron 6-pack sampler box today at cintronworld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Cintron.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
All right, we are back here on the Morning Woodward Show live. WoodwardSports.com. Damn, Ryan. Have you... Look, we do this every day.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of chubby.
I would say fluffy.
Chubby.
Okay.
I define chub as like more than 3 rolls. He's already got 3 on the chin. You lift up that shirt, you got another 5 or 6. Having said that.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Ever since Ryan started with his program over at Custom Health Centers, he's lost almost 20 pounds. I'm so proud of him. I really am. He looks a lot better. It doesn't change the way I feel about some of the things he says, but having said that, really happy for Ryan. Great job to Dr. Jason. Credit to them, their program over at Custom Health Centers. We are back live, and here's what we're going to do. Phone lines are open for all you Michigan fans. All right? Michigan, we got to talk. There was nobody campaigning and champion or giving their dues to J.J. McCarthy. Well, I totally botched that word, by the way. Oh, God. I'm looking at 2 different things. Having said that, there's nobody that campaigned harder for J.J. McCarthy to be the starting quarterback, right?
Right.
And I think all of you would agree, you've seen it. You've seen the flash. You've seen the arm. You just haven't seen it consistently because it's not the game plan.
Right.
It's not the formula. It's not the reason. It's not the way Michigan play football and how they choose to win football games. And that's okay. I don't mind different. And I'm not going to sit here and scream, well, J.J. McCarthy doesn't have enough help, and J.J. McCarthy is not playing in a better offense. He has not looked good. But context matters.
Right.
How many drops did we witness? How many receivers are actually open? How many times are these receptions actually coming off of plays where he breaks the pocket, avoids a sack, and then rolls out and makes a play? This is not the most... I would say, forget that it's not the most explosive offense in terms of throwing the football. It is, in my opinion, an offense that I thought would be so much better before the year started.
Yeah.
But they are so run heavy, so run dependent. Ronnie Bell, Andrell Anthony, it's not enough. Roman Wilson, speedster, not enough. Schoonmaker's been really well. Schoonmaker's been very good.
Loveland looked good. I mean,
Loveland looked good.
JJ missed him for a touchdown.
Missed him twice.
Yeah.
So, again, I think there's blame to go around everywhere. That was not the prettiest game for Michigan. At the end of the day, they won, and that is all that matters. But are you concerned as a Michigan fan going into the Ohio State game? So we'll start with Jack. Jack's on the line. Jack, you're a Michigan fan. I want to know, 1, your thoughts on J.J. McCarthy, and 2, are you concerned going into Columbus this week?
What's up, Adam? Long time no here, man.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
I'm doing well.
Good, buddy. Good. Man, be honest, I'm a little scared with Blake's injuries and stuff, but, just depends all on how good Edwards and Corn are to go this weekend. Without them two, it's terrifying.
Yeah,
I don't think we don't have much of a chance at all against Ohio, in my opinion, without them. So I just pray that they're back. But if they are, I think we got a really good shot to upset Ohio in Ohio.
I'll tell you what. The one thing I I will give Michigan is just because Corum, let's say, is limited, or maybe he's not fully ready. Hell, let's say he doesn't play. You still have a very good offensive line.
Yep.
That doesn't change. Now, Donovan Edwards, I'm not sure where he's been. Will he be cleared for this week? We'll see. I'd imagine he will suit up and play it. It's the biggest game of the year. But, Jack, to spin off your concern with Blake Corum, I'm more concerned about this offense keeping up with Ohio State. And this was the fear last year. It's been the fear for 10, 15 years. And it's always proven to be right, except last year, where Michigan actually got ahead early, where Michigan actually dominated the line of scrimmage, where they prevented Ohio State from getting up 7, up 10, up 14, and they kept the game in front of them. If Ohio State comes out early and puts up 7, 10 points in the first quarter, 14 points in the first quarter, and Michigan's sitting there down 14-3, you are really setting yourself up what could be a disaster, because up until this point, outside of the non-conference games, you haven't looked good, or effective, I should say, throwing the football that much this year. And that is a concern in a game where you are going up against, in my opinion, the Heisman frontrunner in C.J. Stroud. So, Jack, appreciate the call. Good luck this weekend, I think, is how I'll end it. I'll end it there. Good luck this weekend. Hopefully Corum's available. Say it again?
Got one more question for you if you got time.
Yeah, go for it.
Man, do you not think this offensive line might be a little bit better than last year's offensive line, and that'd be a difference maker for us this year, though?
I do, but I also think Ohio State's defensive front has been much improved.
Right.
The defensive coordinator hire was really solid. They've got some playmakers up on their front seven. So,
and you need Trevor Keegan back, too. He was out last week.
I would say it's an even matchup. If I were to give the edge, I would give it to Michigan just because how proven their offensive line is. But let's not forget, even that offensive line, no matter how much they pushed around Illinois, they still can run the ball, right? So Blake Corum, I think, is the X factor. Yep, I agree, Jack. I appreciate the call, buddy. You have a great rest of your day.
Yep, go Blue.
Yep. Yeah, look, I think that's going to be every Michigan fan's concern. Is Blake Corum available? And him, look, they haven't released anything that I've seen yet. To me, it looked like an ACL tear originally. Looking back on the replay closer and closer, maybe he got lucky and it's a hyperextended knee. But that's like a 4 to 6 week recovery process. Like, there is no, I'll be good. And you playing on it, even with a brace, only increases your chances of causing a full tear. So, this is brutal.
I'm curious to see how the game just starts. Like, if Ohio State scores quickly,
it's done.
Can Michigan?
No.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
I don't believe so.
Like a Maryland and Ohio State game we witnessed last week, 37-33 type of ball game.
How is Michigan supposed to put up points when their receivers can't even get separation against Illinois, against teams like Nebraska, against teams like, hell, anybody in the Big Ten?
And Ohio State is giving up some points, but you're right.
And they're giving up separation. You know what? Doesn't matter. Because Michigan wide receivers, for some reason, can't get open.
Right.
And when they are, either their quarterback is overthrowing them, or he's hitting them right in the money and they're dropping it. It's never all come together since your non-conference schedule games on offense in terms of throwing the football. You saw the arm early. We all campaigned for it. We all lobbied for it. Wow, J.J. McCarthy adds a new X, a new level X. We don't know what it is, but we do believe it is a higher floor, a higher ceiling as well to what you've had prior. And all season long. And not to the fault of Michigan because they've won. They are 11-0 running this style. They are 20, let me think this through. They are 23-2 running this type of offense in the last 2 years. I don't think they have an issue. The problem is they are limited. And when you play teams like a Georgia, when you play teams like a potential Ohio State, when you play teams like USC, and they're going to go out there and they're going to put up points, what is your answer?
Yeah.
Because this is the only thing that scares me about Saturday. Ohio State, When they shift in gear, you're talking 5th, 6th, maybe 7th gear. What's Michigan's? When they max out, when they hit that, what do you call it? Nitrous oxide. When they hit that NOS, what happens? 4th gear, maybe?
Right.
Maybe they get to 4th gear? That's the concern. Because if Michigan's defense, who I'd imagine they sat Mike Morris to make sure he was healthy for the game, if they have a healthy Mike Morris, they're going to be a problem for C.J. Stroud. They're going to be able to get in front of him. But are you going to be able to do it like you did last year? I don't think so. Very different styles this year. Very different feeling as well. Last year, you went into the game at home. Home field advantage. Everybody understood. You looked at the Oregon tape. You could run the ball all over Ohio State. Teams that had success with it all year. You knew it was a favorable matchup. Okay. This year, I still think you can run the ball effectively. I don't think you run all over them, though. Which means J.J. McCarthy's going to have to throw for 213, 227 yards, and 2 touchdowns on 19 of 23 attempts. You're going to have to drop back and make some plays. And do I think Michigan right now can do that? No. Why would I believe something that I haven't seen? Now, of course, anything can happen. But where's the separation from the wide receivers? Where's the quarterback that I campaigned for? Where is him? Again, I looked at him in the second half against Illinois, and I said, all right, JJ, this is your moment. Go out there and secure this win. No Blake Corum. This is your moment. Nope. Didn't deliver. Made a few plays here and there. A few non-calls from the referees on that final drive helped out Michigan, and they won the game. Great. But I am expecting you to take this program to the next level, Jeff. And you know what? The truth is he hasn't done it.
Yeah, they're going to need Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards back, that's for sure. And Trevor Keegan. I mean, he's a big part of that offensive line, so they just got to be healthy. I think that's the number one thing. You know, Ohio State doesn't have Travion Henderson this week, so they have the freshman back, Hayden, who went for like $170 last week against Maryland. So we'll see.
All right, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the people. Phone lines are open, 313-552-6322. Time to talk and react with all of you on the Lions' 31-18 win over the Giants. We couldn't take your calls yesterday, but we will be able to today. So the lines are open all day. Your opinions, your thoughts, your expectations moving forward, your comments, your concerns, whatever it may be. Share them. Phone lines are open. We'll talk to you guys in just a bit, but before we do, Jeff, the best defense on and off the field.
Well, I'll tell you a defense that's healthy, and that's Guardian Alarm, because, guys, Guardian Alarm means protection outside of your home while you're inside. With the cold weather here, the snow starting to fall in a couple weeks, you got to make sure you're protected. So you got to call 1-800-STAY-OUT today. Rest easy knowing you have 24/7 protection. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Let them know your friends at Woodward Sports sent you.
Are coming for all y'all.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Check out Moneyball Sportswear because it is your one-stop shop. Whether you want the latest look in athletic apparel or you need new uniforms for your team, Moneyball has it all. Stop in Moneyball's showroom in Southfield and experience the only way to ball, or visit moneyballsportswear.com. You can join Woodward Sports Network's own Braylon Edwards on Black Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., and you can win some Moneyball swag. Moneyball, the only way to ball.
Speaking of Braylon Edwards, Cranberry. You know what? Why not?
Why wait?
Cranberry, it's good.
That commercial's
wait.
the
Why wait?
He killed that, man. No, every time I watch that, I want to Cintron now.
Every time I watch that commercial, I die. All right, Lions fans, obviously, yesterday we gave you a big congratulations. 31-18. Hell of a victory over the New York Giants. So now let's go to you. Let's go to all of you. Your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on Dan Campbell. It can be whatever. This is about you. So let's start with Terrell. Terrell, you're on the morning show. What do you got for us, buddy?
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Good morning. The first thing that I wanted to mention was that I don't want to hear none of you rat-head bums out there in Lions land ever disrespect my boy Brad Holmes ever again. If I hear anybody say anything about him, make it and cut up. Because I understand that the bar is low, okay? I understand that. But he's the best GM that we've ever had in my life. I'm sorry.
Yep.
The dude's just pulling starters out of his ass from all around, and these dudes are out there. Bro, Kirby Joseph is a dog, son, and everybody's talking about Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. If he keeps playing like that, the Defensive Rookie of the Year is going to be KJ, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love you, Terrell. Amen.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, let me tell you what. Brad Holmes, and I know you know this very well, subjected to the early on talk. Not enough talent. Adam and Jeff, there's not enough talent. What is Dan supposed to do? I'll tell you what he's supposed to do. Not be a goddamn idiot. Not be an idiot. Stop going for it on fourth down every time. Start taking the points when you can get them. And what do you know? He's actually, in my opinion, been coaching very well these last 3 weeks. And somehow, some way, shockingly, they're 3-0. What a surprise. But it's the talent, right, Terrell?
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing that I wanted to say is that everybody talking about Jared Goff now because Jameson's about to come back, and they're all, he can't throw the ball deep enough downfield. Y'all need to go back and look at the highlights of when he was with the Rams.
Yeah.
He had fast receivers on his team, and he was hitting them 40, 50 yards downfield. There's going to be very rare times during a game where the quarterback's going to have to drop back and chuck it 60 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous listening to some of these people out here. And I can't wait until Jameson comes back because Amon-Ra is going to go crazy. When the safeties can't come down and cover the middle of the field, he's going to eat. Boy, he is going to eat.
And you know what? I to defend Jared Goff, to bounce off your point, Terrell, I'm not. We're spoiled in the NFL, and I think Lions fans aren't. I would say they're not oblivious to what's going on around the league. They see Justin Herbert standing up in the pocket, launching it 60 yards downfield to Palmer. They're seeing Mahomes run around sidearm at 30, 40 yards downfield.
They watched Stafford for 12 years. They're watching
Stafford all these years do it. Yeah. So, what I would say to defend Goff is he's different. No, he doesn't have that ability. Do I think he can make the throws? I do. Consistently? That's a different conversation, but he is capable, and I think to your point, let's not forget Jameson Williams is a speedster. You don't just have to send him downfield. It can be on an underneath route. It can be a intermediate crossing route. It can be a screenplay, so lots of flexibility. Appreciate the call this morning, Terrell. Well done, buddy.
Yeah, he's going to help everybody. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Let's go to Noah out in North Carolina. Noah, you're on the morning show. What do you got for us, buddy?
Adam, Jeff, how's it going, guys?
Always good.
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Hey, that hookah yesterday, how was it?
I'll tell you what, I was a bit lightheaded after the show. It was really good.
First time I joined you with that, too.
I just wanted to call and make a few points about Thursday's game in particular, and shout out to Dan Campbell for his comments in the beginning of the press conferences when he was losing those games, where he was like, man, it only takes one, man, it only takes one. And now look at us, we're 3-0, right? In our last 3 games?
100%. Look, he has done a complete 180 in these 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, he was, a turd. He was 4-19-1 as a head coach. He had never won a road game. Blown multiple fourth-quarter leads, blown multiple decisions late in games, and then suddenly the switch turns on. And it's Green Bay where is really his players really making a hell of a ton of plays, and them not getting outcoached. And then you saw the same thing happen in Chicago. And then in New York, it all came together where they completely outcoached the New York Giants staff, outplayed them across the board. I think you're spot on. Dan Campbell deserves a ton of credit this morning. And you know what? He has really gone a long way in these 3 weeks. The winning does help, but you just look at the coaching decisions. You're not coming in on a Monday, Noah, and having a conversation about, well, our coach made this decision and it cost us the game. That is
Absolutely
ideal.
not. Yeah. And another thing too, I wanted to point out as far as like the chemistry and the rookies and the momentum and stuff. You know, with them having that first win over Green Bay, arguably against Aaron Rodgers, boosting their confidence and everything else. What would you guys say about the defense now that they're finally communicating, reading plays, along with Aiden, Kirby, and Akwar and all that? How would you guys rate this defense now that it's have time to flesh out, have time to get chemistry, and have time to make plays?
Well, I think overall it's still not a very talented defense. I mean, you see the yards given up. But to your point, though, what they have going for them is the youth, and you've seen the progression for all of these players, right? Like, Aiden's making plays that you wouldn't see week 1, week 2, week 3. Kirby, same thing. He gets in the lineup. He starts making plays. Like, all these young guys, Derek Barnes had one of his best games of his career, if not his best game, against the Packers.
And McNeil as well.
Yeah, no question. Julio Okwara is another guy who had a big game against Chicago. So I think it's just the young guys taking that next step, and that's what you want to see with the defense. Yeah, they're not the most talented, but they're making plays. In the last 3 games, they have 7 takeaways, and that's really been the difference between winning these games and losing them.
Absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thanks, Noah.
Thanks for being on.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's go to Kyle out in Georgia. Kyle, you're on the morning show. What do you got for us?
Hey, guys, I just wanted to let you know I love you, Adam and Fish, and all you guys. I watch your show all the time. I was actually born in Royal Oak up at Beaumont Hospital. But so what I wanted to talk with you guys about is that, of course, we're on a 3-game win streak, and the young players seem to really be buying into what Dan Campbell's saying. And what I wanted to ask you guys is, do you think that the general manager and our organization is taking the right steps? It seems to me that it's different than before. It seems almost like they're finding the right young talent, and then like when we cut T.J. Hawkinson, obviously, T.J. had a good first few years with Detroit, but it seemed like, for what we were getting out of him, it wasn't necessary. He was on track to want a big paycheck. And what I'm asking you guys is, don't you kind of see how Brad Holmes is doing with these young players now? He's finding the talent, and it's like they're going to keep away from having to pay big paychecks in the future, and I like the direction that he's taken with the Lions.
Mm-hmm. I think Brad Holmes has done an excellent job. It doesn't mean much in my lifetime, but he is the best GM this town has ever seen in my lifetime. Hell, I could argue in franchise history.
Right.
He's made some very good moves. You're seeing him grab starters out of the draft, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round. It is refreshing. It's very refreshing.
Aleem McNeil had a great day.
Oh, a career day. It was his best game as a Lion.
Yeah, no question.
And Kirby Joseph is starting to warm up, and and if you look at the last 2 draft picks, look at what Amon-Ra St. Brown's doing. We can only hope that when J-Mo gets in there, it's a electric offense that we've got going on for ourselves.
Yeah, look, Jameson Williams coming. It's all coming in at the right time. Is starting the season 1-6 ideal? Does it make anybody happy? Does it make it easy to talk about the coach or inspire confidence? No, it doesn't. We're not stupid. We're all on the same page here, guys. Let's not play dumb. We all understand 3 weeks ago it was at rock bottom. And you know what? To their credit, they've gone out and won the 3 games. Not because of what I've said, not because of what you've said, not because of what anybody said. They've gone out and coached better, they've played better, and they're now being rewarded for it.
Well, let me ask you one thing, and I just want to say thank you for having me on the show. But if you go back to those first few weeks, obviously, that first game against Philly, we fought our way back in it, and then we beat the Commanders, which I didn't expect us to beat the Commanders when I heard how banged up we were that week, but we pulled it out somehow. And the Commanders are 5-5 now.
6-5. They're on I believe a 4-game winning streak.
Okay, yeah. Well, but the rest of the teams that we played after that, who was it? The Vikings. We should have won that game.
Yep.
Then Seattle. If we could have put some defense up. So if you look at it, there were only 3 games. I know we made a late push against the Eagles, and we got back in it. I don't think we were ever actually in realistic odds to win that game, but we could have most certainly beat Seattle if we could have just, made a few stops. And then minus the Eagles game, the Cowboys game, and then which other game was it?
Patriots game.
The Patriots game. Okay, so if you look at that, we were in all of the games. So we realistically could be 6-3 right now. But, with young guys on the team and stuff, I understand,
honestly, Kyle, you know what, Kyle? I wish I could say I disagree with you. I don't. The only issue is, let's look at why they're not 6-4. Because I do believe they could be, if you look back and really put things into context. Why are you giving Philadelphia an extra possession going into halftime? Why are you kicking an onside kick in the third quarter? Why are you going away from your motto early on in the year when you were having success against Minnesota? Why are you going for on what was it, 4th and 9 against New England, and it turned into 7?
Down 6. Yeah.
And then instead of being down 3, now you're down 10, I believe, or was it 6-0 at the time?
6-0 at the time.
So now down 13.
Yep.
So, Kyle, to me, the coach has kind of shot himself and his team in the foot for the first 7 weeks of the year.
I agree.
And now in my opinion, he's coaching a lot better, and they're suddenly winning games. What a surprise. I think credit goes to him. I don't want him learning on the job. It's not ideal. But at the same time, you're in the situation you're in. Go for it.
I get that, Adam, but let me say one last thing because I know you guys are limited with time. But, like I had said, the Lions, the young players seem to really be buying in, and it's good for them to get their reps and to finally taste a little bit of success. I think those coaching issues that we were seeing at the beginning, obviously we don't want to hear Dan Campbell say, "Oh, come on, man, it's on me, man," every single game. But now that he's seeing those young guys actually, come up and make some big plays, Hutch has 2 interceptions now. It's like, I feel like the coach is actually going to learn from his players as well. I think it goes vice versa with them. With them doing well, I feel like he can trust a little bit more. So hopefully we'll see Dan Campbell, calm himself down when he needs to, and then it's like sometimes he's aggressive when he doesn't need to be, and then he's conservative when he needs to be aggressive.
Right. Yeah, he's learning. He's feeling his way through it. It's not ideal for me, but to your point, these last few weeks he's shown a lot of promise. Appreciate the call, Kyle. You have a great rest of your day, buddy. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks.
Yep. All right, let's take a quick break. When we get back, phone lines are packed, so I want to continue to go to the people about the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions game. So we'll get to Brett, Nico, James, everybody in the queue waiting right now. We'll get to all of you in a second, but before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Big Boy.
November 22nd is 99-cent Big Boy Day with the purchase of a Pepsi. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy by visiting bigboy.com for full details and participating locations.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Jeff Iafrate here. Let me tell you about our friends at Chili Peppers Tanning, because, guys, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find all the cleanest salons in the D with spotless, sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals. You can join the Pepper Club for all the best deals. They'll beat all competitors by $5. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans. Your Vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more on the way.
Chili Peppers Tan.
Tell them, Fish.
All right. We're back live. WoodwardSports.com. Thank you to everybody joining us this morning. All right, let's continue with everybody calling in. All right, let's start with Brett. Brett, how are you doing this morning, buddy? What do you got?
I'm doing good. Just got a question about future draft pick with Brad Holmes. We've discussed about needing a quarterback. What do you think the chances are if Hendon Hooker is still around in like the second or third round that he may pick him as a late draft pick?
So Hendon Hooker as a prospect is very appealing in my opinion. Big, strong arm, mobile. The problem is, one, the ACL tear, and two, more importantly, he's 26 years old. And now he'll have to rehab. He probably won't start until midway next year if you expected him to play. If not, you're basically sitting him till he's 28 years old. I'm not a fan of it.
By the way, golf at that point would be 30.
So for me, Hendon Hooker is off my board as a Detroit Lion front office exec. If that was my role, he's not on the board. Maybe in the 5th round.
Right.
I don't know. It's kind of tough to say. If I were to grade him just as a standard NFL scout, I would give him a 3rd round evaluation, and I probably wouldn't be comfortable taking him if I didn't need him until the 4th or 5th round. So I'd rather go get a player that, like a Kirby Joseph, a player that could start on my team or potentially start. So
defensive players.
I would avoid it. If I'm getting a quarterback, I'm probably taking him in the 1st round. That's where the highest hit rate is. Russell Wilson's, Tom Brady's. That doesn't happen very often, so you got to play the odds there. Appreciate the call, Brett.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Brad.
Very interesting question, because Hooker was the talk of college football all year.
Yes, he was.
But he's older than me.
Yeah, I think he's like 20, about to be 25 or 25, whatever
he's 26.
it is.
I do believe Hendon Hooker's 26 years
Either
old.
way, the point is, by the time you play him, if you sit him next year, whether you play him right away.
He's 25.
Either way, I mean, 25 years old.
He's
coming off an ACL injury when his best trait was being mobile. If you're going to take a quarterback, I would much rather take. I'm going to be honest with you. If Brad's going to take a quarterback,
he'll be 25 by the time he's drafted.
I wouldn't take one in the first 4 picks. I mean, those are guys you're going to need to start.
He'll be 25 by the time he's drafted. He'll be.
If you want to take a flyer,
approaching
go ahead.
27 by the time he gets his first career start.
If you want to pull like the Patriots did, take a Bailey Zapp in the 4th, 5th round, go ahead. But yeah, if you're not getting your franchise quarterback Bryce or even CJ, I just don't think you're.
Yeah, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, guys, off my board, not happening.
Yeah,
that doesn't work in the NFL. Oh wait, Justin Fields has a dislocated shoulder. Oops. I wonder why. Oh, you're giving him the ball to run 18 times a game in the NFL?
I would assume that's
he's
probably
built like
why.
Derrick Henry. Oh, I didn't know. Stop it, guys. We all know how the quarterback position needs to be played first. It's nice to be mobile. It's nice to be dynamic. It doesn't last long in the league. Lamar's even dialed it back for a reason. Longevity, sustainability. Right. Let's go to James. James, you're on the morning show. What do you got for us this morning, buddy?
What's up, James?
Good morning, guys, from Central Florida via Asheville. Man, I'm freezing my ass off up here on vacation. Yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to just say a couple things. I'm not really with it this morning. I'm a little off my game. But Michigan, I'm not worried about them. They've been playing this way all season. The other teams in the top have had their issues too, and recently, not in the past. Recently, everybody's having some issues right now. So not everybody's playing up to their standard. I'm not worried about it as long as Blake is good.
Fair enough.
And then, go ahead.
I was going to say Blake is the concern.
Yeah.
If I were to tell you one, hey, I don't like this, it would be Blake Corum's health. But continue, James. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing, obviously. You know what? And if he is hurt and he can't play, it is what it is, and you live with it. Yeah. Also, on the Lions, man, I was so impressed with the Lions this week and what the Giants said about them. They didn't treat them like Aaron Rodgers did and blow them off. They gave them props for doing what they did for the most part. And I'm looking at the Lions as a defensive team right now instead of an offensive team. Even though we got Jameson coming around the corner, I'm not going to expect too much out of him right now. But defensively, man, if these guys could keep that pressure on and do what they are doing, I mean, I think we're in a pretty good spot. So I'm willing to live with what they give us.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
And takeaways help, too. If
the
you're
takeaways
taking
help.
the ball
Was it
away.
7 in the 3-game stretch that they've won?
That's huge. Really. That compensates for having a bad defense, if you can take the ball away. No question.
James, they're all playing better. They're coaching better. And they're getting the results. Yeah. And this was the team you expected before the season.
Right.
This is what you were sold before the season.
Right.
This type of football team, a team that would be a pain in the ass to play against, a team that would be able to run the football with anybody, a team that would be able to kill you on third down because of Amon-Ra St. Brown, a team that would be able to play good defense because they upgraded by drafting Aiden Hutchinson, number 2 overall, adding Kirby Joseph to the mix, Jeff Okudah coming back. You had a lot of reasons to think what you saw on Sunday was, I think, fair to expect for most of the season. They didn't to the start for the start of the year, and you know what? To their credit, they're doing it now.
Yeah, and we've been let down a couple times, but man, they're doing what they need to do now, and it's exciting to see them do that. I know we're going to have a tough game this week. Okay, you know, Buffalo. This is a home game for Buffalo. They just played here this past weekend, so they're going to be comfortable. But after that game, you know, it's on.
I love it.
Unlike Donkey Kong. So
I love it, James.
I just want to throw it out there. You guys have a great show, man. Thanks a lot, and you all have a good one.
Thanks so much.
You, James.
You too, buddy.
And no question, beating the Giants, I think, makes that a possible, I'll say possible,
what did we ask
Bills
for?
Loss a little more easy to,
what did we ask
to
for?
digest. Go
Bills
1-1 over the next 2.
Split.
And they have a chance to even
They
go
already
2-0.
did it. They already did it.
They already did
It's
it,
done.
technically. If you lose to the Bills, you're still 1-1.
I tell you, I yell up here at this desk, remote, doesn't matter where. I'm yelling, I'm telling you, you have to win in the NFL.
Yeah.
You have to win games. They're winning, Jeff. I'm going to come out and ridicule them and the 1-6 start is unacceptable. It's reprehensible. It is a disgrace. It is. And I think you all know that. But me telling you it now when they're on a 3-game winning streak doesn't mean much, because right now the conversation is, can they keep it going? And can they go out and compete against Buffalo? And will they be able to go out for the remainder of their season and potentially sweep the Bears? Potentially sweep the Packers. That's the conversation. Can you go get one back over Minnesota?
Right.
That's the conversation. Dare I say 4-2 in the division? 5-1? It's in front of you. It's in front of you. And I'm excited for these next 3-4 games. We said it 3 games ago. What do you need to see? They need to win 3 out of the next 4 out of the next 5. That would be ideal. They're on pace to do that. And that was us being very optimistic and doubting that. And they're doing it. So I have not much to criticize this morning, if I'm honest with you. Having said that, let's go to Nico out in Port Huron. Nico, you're on the morning show. What do you got for us this morning?
What's going on, Nico?
Hey, Adam. Love the show. Again.
Appreciate it.
So I was on talking a couple weeks ago about Dan Campbell. This is when they were still losing. I want to say it was 2 weeks before the first win. But I was talking about how Dan Campbell the way he needs to succeed is he needed to change things. And lo and behold, what did he do? He went in, he fired Aubrey Pleasant, and now our DBs are actually playing like DBs. They're not getting stupid offside penalties. They're getting interceptions. And we're winning games. He's not doing the stupid going for it on 4. He took the easy points on the first drive on Sunday. And, Dan Campbell recognized what he was doing was wrong and made the change.
You know what? I think that needs to be... I don't want to say admired. I think it needs to be recognized.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the reason that so many coaches fail is because they don't recognize that what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah, that is definitely an ego issue. It is an issue you saw early on in the year with Dan. I'm aggressive. I want to go for it on 4th down. I don't care what the situation is. On the road against a rookie quarterback in New England, 4th and 9, F it. Oh, we gave him 7? Whoops. Game over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he has improved. It doesn't mean I like what he's done, but over these last 3 weeks, I can at least acknowledge he's looked a lot better. Appreciate the call, Nico.
Yep, enjoy your day.
All right, let's go to DJ No Doubt. That is one of the most interesting names I've ever had to read off this monitor. What's up, buddy? Good morning.
DJ.
Nothing much. What's going on?
How are you, bud?
I'm doing all right. I got a little bit of a bone to pick with you, though.
Let's do it.
First of all, it's DJ Mo Doubt because I got Mo Doubt than the average man.
Well, that's on Fish for typing it in wrong.
Right. And secondly, I feel like you were super harsh on this team early.
Yeah, I was. I would agree with you.
I mean,
when they're 1-6, I'm not sure what you expect from me, if I'm honest with you.
Right. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Are you familiar with the term rebuild? See, what it is we got all these young players. They need time to get better at football professionally. And so to just dog them and talk about how they're trash and the coach needs to be fired, let's give them a chance to get where they are right now.
But that's the problem.
And
There's no such thing as a rebuild in the NFL. You don't get 3-4 years to rebuild something, number one. Number two, yes, they're young players, but in the NFL, it is the perfect league for young players to step in and immediately contribute. And last I checked, talent wasn't an issue when you put up 35 on Philly. Talent wasn't an issue when you put up 45 against Seattle. Talent wasn't an issue when you beat down Washington. It seems talent is only an issue when you lose, but the reality is, and why I was so hard on them, DJ, was that your coach was getting in the way of you winning football games early. That was the problem. I wasn't criticizing Aiden Hutchinson, wasn't criticizing Kirby Joseph, wasn't criticizing any of the young players. They were all doing just fine to me, and the Lions, in my opinion, left 2-3 wins on the table from that early part of the year. Why? Coaching. Not because of talent, not because they're young, not because they need to learn how to win games. Your coach was getting in the way, whether it was onside kicks, awful timeouts, horrible 4th down decisions, awful late game clock management, whatever it was, he was finding a way to do it and mess it up. And now you're seeing the last 3 weeks, he hasn't made a single mistake. He's been on the money, he's been calm, he hasn't been uber aggressive, and he's only been aggressive when he needs to be. And what do you know? They're 3-0. That's a big difference for him.
I'm thinking that what changed is the outside situation, the variables. For example, we were going into the season thinking that we had maybe 4 to 5 quality quarterbacks that were going to come out of this draft, in which case winning isn't really a good idea because we want to get one of those guys. But now that the Rams are terrible, winning isn't so bad. Maybe he's actually...
From the fan perspective or from the Lions perspective?
I feel, depending on the fan, it's all the same.
I don't know. I don't think Dan Campbell's sitting there like, you know what, the quarterbacks are bad. Let's not lose anymore. Let's start winning. That's a tough sell for me. Even if the quarterback class was outstanding, DJ, and there were 2 can't-miss quarterbacks, I can't afford to go 2-15 because then the head coach is going to get fired and you're starting this process all over again.
Here's the thing. That's another part of the problem. This negativity brings on I heard you say yesterday that Campbell was on the hot seat. According to Sheila Ford, he wasn't because they know that they have a long-term plan here.
Yeah, again,
This is rhetoric coming
I don't know
from
what a
the
long-term
media.
plan is because we've been waiting 65 years. She has no right
No,
to
see,
tell
that's
me
not
or
fair.
anybody
That's
to be
not fair.
patient. It
That's
is
not
totally
fair.
fair.
We haven't been waiting
It is
65.
totally fair. It is totally fair, and I'll tell you why it's totally fair. You have no right to come out and yell preach, or excuse me, you have no right to come out and preach patience when you are 1-6 on a year where everybody expected you to be much better 7 games into the season than what you were. At worst, 3-4, and you're sitting there 1-6. Your coach is 4-19-1 on the road. Overall, he's 0-11-1 on the road. I'm sorry, we have to put things in a context. You don't get to come out and preach patience when there is no substance. These last 3 weeks, you want to come out and say, hey, this is why we need to be patient. 1, 2, 3. Things are looking better. That's fine. But as quickly as things change in the NFL for the good, they can change for the worse. The Lions have to continue to play the way they have been and salvage their season. I told you 7 to 8 wins going into the year. That was the expectation. They had 1 through 7 games. They had no right. You had no data to tell me about patience. You had no data to prove to me that Dan Campbell was worth even having a conversation about.
Right.
You can't come at me 3 weeks later when you and everybody else were very quiet and I gave you guys multiple weeks of call in. Tell me why I should buy into Dan Campbell. I'm an open guy. I'm willing to listen to you. When they were 1-5, when they were 1-6, I asked you guys, come in, call. Tell me why I should believe in him for football reasons outside of that he makes you feel good and the players like him. And you couldn't give me a reason. And you know what? 3 weeks from removed, now you can give me reasons. He's coaching better. He outcoached the New York Giants and Brian Dable on Sunday. He's put together 3 consecutive performances, a 3-game winning streak, the first time since 2017 for this franchise. That is relatable data. That is actual evidence I can use to support him. And that you can use against me, that's fair. But you don't come at me 3 weeks later, now that they've won 3 games in a row, telling me, well, what you said at the time wasn't fair. Really? Really? You don't get that. You don't get to have it both ways, where you shut up when it's not good, but you only talk when it is good. That's not how it works. So we're going to take a break. When we get back, top of the hour, Jeff and I will go over our power rankings in the NFL. 9:15, we'll return to the Jameson Williams conversation. We'll take calls at 9:30 over to the Thanksgiving Day game against Buffalo. What do you want to see as a fan? What are your expectations? And then, of course, we'll get to the Nuggets and the Pistons. They play tonight, Jeff. The Pistons suck. So I'm going to lean on you here to talk me through this 10-minute segment.
I will try.
Having said that, Jeff, our good friends over at Swiss Insurance.
Well, Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily involved in their communities. It is very rewarding, but also comes with responsibility. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or a volunteers coach, directors and officers insurance is a must. Make sure that kids, parents, and volunteers are all protected. Call our friends at Swiss Insurance today.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
All right, guys, you know what time of the year it is. Bedrock Detroit, downtown Detroit, for that matter of fact, is all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge and the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has a giant slide, winter bumper cars, and an indoor arcade. Plus, you can grab drinks and food before and after the games. Shop, eat, and play downtown with Decked Out Detroit, brought to you by our good friends over at Bedrock Detroit. All right, top of the hour. Top of the hour, 9:05. Let's get into it. Live, woodwardsports.com. Jeff, it's Tuesday. Monday Night Football wrapped up. The Niners, who I told you, in my opinion, were one of the better teams in the NFL.
I agree with you. Them and the
proved
Eagles.
it again.
Yeah.
And the Eagles.
They're better than the Vikings, I think.
The Vikings took a huge, I would say, how do I want to phrase this? The Vikings took a huge, it was a gut punch. It was a reality check. It was oh, this might be a fake team. You know? So let's get into the power rankings. Let's just do top 3. Let's start, we'll go back. No, let's start with top 10. All right? Let's start at 10. Number 10 on your list, who you got?
All right, let's get into it. Number 10. This list was made prior to the ending of the Monday night game. So, again, for me, I have the 49ers, but they're trending upwards. They really are. The 49ers, they're in my top 10, but they're probably upwards of top 5 at this point. But they're 10 right now for me. Next week, I mean, the 49ers right now, I know they're only a game or two above 500, but no question they're one of the best teams in the NFC. So I have them at 10, but they're trending. If you're buying their stock, you're buying it right now.
All right, number 10, a team that it's tough to position them, but the Jets fell out of my top 10. All right? They fell out of my top 10, and the team that I think deserves credit this week is the Dallas Cowboys for their beatdown of the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to slide in the Cowboys for the first time in my top 10 at number 10, Jeff. Number 9, I moved the Baltimore Ravens up to number 9. A unconvincing win against the Carolina Panthers. They move up a spot this week in my rankings. Nothing crazy, but it didn't instill confidence for me, if that helps.
Right. And number 9 for me is the Bengals. Cincinnati, they're trending upwards as well. Jamar Chase is set to return to practice soon. Joe Mixon, he's out with a concussion, but he'll be back. I like Cincinnati a lot. I know they started off the year rough. They couldn't protect Joe Burrow, but over the last couple of weeks, they've looked night and day. So Bengals are number 9 for me. They're trending upwards.
All right, number 8, the New York Giants. They fall for me. Tough loss, embarrassing loss against Detroit, but I still think they have top 10 qualities. The issue will always be quarterback play. They have to prevent Daniel Jones from getting in the positions he was forced into against Detroit. I think the Giants will recover. I'm going to keep them at 8. I'm not going to have them fall out of my top 10 just yet. I was considering putting them at 10, but for now, they're going to stay at 8. Jeff?
Number 8 for me is the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson in the Ravens. Mark Andrews is back, and you can tell that helped the offense a lot. I like the Baltimore Ravens going forward. 7-3 on the year. Lamar Jackson is putting it together performances. So give me the Ravens. They're number 8. They're trending upwards, but still, they're a hell of a football team. So give me them. Number 8. They're leading their division.
All right, fair enough. Number 7.
Mm-hmm.
This was a tough one for me. I want to move them up higher, but I can't. There are only so many spots. The Tennessee Titans. They are one of the hottest teams in football. Huge win on the road against Green Bay. I can't forget it, but they're going to fall at number 7, unfortunately. Actually, I take it back. They're going to get credit from me. The Vikings are going to fall to 7, and I'm going to have the Titans higher. The Vikings got their asses kicked. Asses kicked by the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to fall to 7 this week. I'm going to give Mike Vrabel a ton of love this week. He always finds a way to win. Passing game, no passing game, defense, no defense, doesn't matter. His teams come to play. They find a way. They won again. They won on the road in Lambeau. I'm giving the Vikings a 4-spot drop this week. They're going to be at number 7 for me.
Well, that's actually where I have the Vikings as well. I have them at 7. Minnesota, tough, ugly loss to Dallas at home. They're not really trending in the right direction. I know they beat Buffalo, but still, that game, if you watch the context of it, they completely stole that game away from Buffalo. So, again, give them credit. They're one of the better teams in the NFC, but how they've looked lately, they're at 7 for me.
All right, fair enough. Number 6. This is where things get interesting. Tennessee.
I agree with you.
I wanted to put them top 5, but the teams I have in the 5 are you can't argue.
Yeah.
I think they're the 5 best teams in football. So Tennessee, just outside of it, they're going to sit there at 6 for me this week.
Number 5, I have the Dallas Cowboys. I do. I do.
Wow.
Yes,
are you kidding me?
Yeah. And this is a week-to-week power ranking. This isn't me saying
I understand.
the Cowboys are going to go to the Super Bowl, but how they dominated Minnesota, I mean, that was domination. That was complete domination. Dak missed 3 passes, and he played an excellent game. The offense was clicking defensively. Micah Parsons, he's Micah Parsons. He's a game wrecker. I like the Dallas Cowboys as a roster. They're a top 5 team to me right now, but we'll see where they fall at the end of the year.
All right, top 5. I'll read off my 5. You read off yours. Fair?
Okay.
Number 5 coming in this week. First time appearance in the top 5 since the preseason. The San Francisco 49ers. Number 5 for me. Number 4, the Buffalo Bills. Number 3, the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 2, the Miami Dolphins. And number 1 stays the same. 1 and 2 stay the same this week. It'll be KC on top.
Similar. Number 4 for me, the Buffalo Bills. Number 3, I have the Miami Dolphins. And then number 2, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. And number 1, I have the Kansas City Chiefs.
Fair enough.
So it's pretty similar. Those are the top 4 teams. I mean, yeah, however you want to order it, no question. Those are the best teams. In Kansas City, I don't see them getting dethroned from number 1 anytime soon. They're playing some of their better football without Tyreek Hill. So give credit
Travis
where it's due.
Kelce is on pace to set multiple records. He is unbelievable.
He's gonna, when it's all said and done, I mean, he's gonna be the best tight end of all time. I think he's still got 3 to 4 years left of production. So
are we kind of ignoring Gronk a little bit in this conversation?
I would say Gronk, best receiving tight end. How about that? Gronk, I think, is the most complete tight end, I would say, in terms of run, being involved in the run game.
I don't want to split it up. I just want to acknowledge that. Let's not forget about Gronk easily. I know
Tony Gonzalez, those guys are all in that conversation.
Tony Gonzalez leads it with 15K. I mean, Travis Kelce, for all his purposes and his career, he was fantastic, but he's got a long way to go. If he has 2-3 more years in his prime, he'll probably finish second all-time in receiving yards as a tight end.
No question.
If he plays 3-4 years, he has a chance at breaking Tony Gonzalez's record.
Yeah, and I don't see him slowing down anytime soon.
He's only 33, but we'll see. I think 36, and there's no way, right?
Tony Gonzalez was like,
I know, and it's a tight end position, right?
Yeah, that's just how it works. We'll see.
It's fair. But Gronk was special, man. Gronk was very special. I know he doesn't have the all-time stats, but you take his 4 or 5 year sample, you place it with Tony, with Kelce, with any of these guys, Antonio Gates, anybody. I think it's up there. Having said that, let's take a break. When we get back, Jameson Williams set to return. We'll go to the people as well to talk some more lines. 313-552-6322. Live, woodwardsports.com. Jeff, let me tell you about my good friends over at Planet Fitness. I actually went to the gym after the show yesterday.
Ooh, after all that hookah.
Got my workout in. Yep, I couldn't breathe. Oh, man. Planet Fitness, your home of the judgment-free environment. Your fitness is essential. Sign up today. $10 a month. Make sure you do it in-store or by visiting them at planetfitness.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. If you have a big project coming up, Alta has you covered. Call them today, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
What up, Fish? Good job. Actually doing something useful in your life.
I'm trying to.
Proud of you.
Ever since he thrusted that one show,
he's
just been
a
different.
changed man.
Yeah, he is.
He's
He
a
really
changed
is.
man.
Have I?
Fish?
Yeah?
I never saw the thrust you were going to give if the U.S. scored a goal.
Yeah. Well, they ended up tying the game.
But it doesn't matter. They scored. You said you would do it if they scored.
Did I?
Yes, you did. You said if they scored.
I remember that.
Yeah, I do very clearly.
Okay.
So,
I see.
Are you going to deliver?
Yes, Westfall? Oh, who are you talking?
Having
There.
said that,
There's a
I'll let
mini
you
one.
off the hook today. Are you enjoying the World Cup so far?
Oh, it's the best tournament in the world. There's nothing that beats it. March Madness is close, but nothing beats the World Cup. Just upset city, games being played full throttle. Almost a goal in Ellen.
No,
Denmark scored.
It's offside.
Offside.
Dumbass.
Second goal disallowed offside. Tunisia had one earlier in the first half. Denmark has one again. Good
Dumbass.
played ball, crossed in. There were like 3 or 4 hits there.
Dumbass.
Offside. But Tunisia are creating good pressure as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Tunisia
Do you even know where
scores,
Tunisia
actually.
is?
Do you know where it is?
Yes.
Yeah, it's North Africa.
Good job, buddy. I'm proud of
Man.
you. Look at you. Do you know where Denmark is?
Yeah, it's in like the north of Europe. It's up by the Swedens and the Finlands.
Fish paying attention in school. I'm
Fish
proud of you,
knows
buddy.
more about other countries than you do locally around Michigan in cities, Adam. I mean, that's what we're dealing with.
Booner saying, I bet the draw in this game, my heart just dropped.
Yeah,
Booner.
I bet it did.
Betting the World Cup.
Well, it probably
you know what
dropped
I made?
twice.
By the way, I
Oh,
made 2
God.
bets last night.
Oh, boy.
And these were live bets, so I couldn't have shared them with
They
you
were
guys.
American sports, I assume?
They, of course.
Okay.
Monday Night Football.
Ah,
I
no.
made 2 bets last night. I just really didn't give a hell. I mean, I'd done okay on the weekend. So let's play this out. You ready for this?
Sure.
2 bets, Jeff. You ready?
Yes.
The first bet was a $100 bet that Christian McCaffrey would catch a pass on the second drive of the game.
Of course you did.
That paid out $225.
Yeah, of course you did.
Don't, you have no idea. You've never bet like this before? You've never live bet in your life? The second one, I put $50 on Debo. Shut the hell up. I bet $50 on Debo Samuel to score the 4th touchdown of the game. And he did. And that paid out another $300.
Jesus.
So I had a good night. I bet $150. I walked away with almost $700. No, 550, $600. Feeling really good. I had a good night. Thank you for asking, Alex.
I hate you.
I know you do. It's okay.
What are the
All right.
chances that he catches a catch on the second play or whatever you said?
No, second drive.
Second drive.
So you have the whole
second
second drive.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the odd was only, plus 125, so it's kind of like a given. So here's how I bet it.
But you would be the
first
person to do second
The first
play.
drive, San Francisco stalled out. They didn't do anything, and they didn't get him involved. I'm like, you know what? Second drive, they're going to come out. Jimmy G hasn't completed a pass yet. They're going to dump one off and get him in the game. And what do you know? First play of the second drive, right on the money, Christian McCaffrey. That's why live betting is so fun, by the way. It is addicting as hell.
I can see
But
that.
I only held myself to 2 bets. So I was very proud of myself.
Did you win both?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Won both.
let's clap it up. Only 2 bats. That's pretty shocking.
I know.
Knowing
I know.
you.
I know. Well, look, let's do this. Let's announce the 3 winners.
Oh, yes. For front row tickets on Thursday. Thanksgiving.
We are going to announce the 3
Some
winners.
holiday football.
It comes to AJ Par 10IO is the username. Him and his friends Mike, TJ, and I have no idea who your other guy is. No idea. No idea who the other guy is. But congratulations, you won. We are going to reach out to you. AJ, Tim, Mike, and Kevin actually are the names. I was just informed, thanks to my good friends in New York. AJ, Tim, Mike, and Kevin, congratulations. You will be sitting front row
Yeah, go
for the
Lions.
Thanksgiving Day game. That is awesome. That is awesome. Happy for you guys. Congratulations. Woodward Sports will reach out to you, on Twitter or Instagram, whatever hell that platform is, and they will let you know how to get your tickets. Also, by the way, for everybody watching,
Okay.
Woodward Sports will never, ever, 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 ever DM you with links asking for your personal information, card information, any of that crap. Every time we do giveaways, we reach out to you directly, and we send you everything. You don't have to give us anything. The most we would ask for is a mailing address or an email address. We would never ask for your debit or credit card information or any of that. There are a lot of spam accounts out there, so all of you, please be responsible. If you see something and it doesn't look right, we don't give away stuff like that. All right? And remember, we announce giveaways. It's pinned on the comment, so at least these spammers could at least get with the program and understand that there's a certain day we give these away. But whatever.
Right.
Just be more responsible.
Double check the usernames.
Please.
That message you, please.
Please, guys. We're a verified account. They aren't. Just double check, please, for the love of God. And there's a good chance that the people that run the account in the back, social media, they probably don't even follow you. So if there's a Woodward Sports account going out of their way to follow you, it's probably not real, or it's me running the account when I'm feeling generous. Having said that, let's move on.
So, hey, one quick thing on bets. You told me you didn't do any World Cup bets for, like, the futures? Like, who's going to win?
I didn't, no.
Kind of shocks me a little. Normally you're that type of
I
guy.
have no pulse on who's going to win this World Cup. I hate
No
every
one
team.
does.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't want to bet it.
Okay.
You dip, dumbass.
Yeah, but that's every World Cup. This because it's in the winter,
No,
isn't the
that's
same.
not true. That's not true. I called the 2014 winner.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Very proud of myself.
Yeah, Netherlands.
No, Germany.
Germany
won
Netherlands in
2014.
10. Or Netherlands lost in 10.
Netherlands lost in the final in 2010 against Spain.
Yep.
That was the best summer of my life, by the way.
What,
For a
2010?
whole nother story. Yes, we'll have a whole different... It's way too long of a story and way too much I should not be talking about on the show.
Oh, was that the story I
Having
know
said
of?
that,
Was that California?
no, that was not. That was not. I was still a baby, actually. I was 8.
That's 12 years
was I 18?
ago.
No. Wow, it's 12 years ago?
Yeah, you would have been
No, I was
17
I
or
was
16.
17 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
No. I was How old am I? 27? All right.
15.
That would have been 15.
Yeah,
Thank
15.
you.
Okay.
I was 15 years old.
That's
Holy
funny you
hell.
don't know your own age.
Yeah, I don't. I really don't pay attention to half this stuff. All right. Moving on. Let's talk some Lions. Jameson Williams set to return.
Yes.
Let's go to Drew out in Commerce. Drew, you're on the morning show. What do you got this morning?
I'm shocked you actually know where Commerce is.
I don't.
Well, to talk about Jameson Williams, I think I'm pretty excited to see what the offense is going to look like with him. I have Amon-Ra in fantasy, so I'm pretty excited.
Don't worry, I got him too. He'll be just fine. If anything, it'll take a lot of pressure off of him, and he'll get a lot more single coverage.
So I'm just looking at Jared Goff. I know people are talking about we don't need a quarterback, but I know he's getting the job done. But looking around, I don't know if there's really a stud in the next draft. I don't know, but just looking at the last 2 games, I would rather have the quarterback on the other side. I would rather our team with our coaching staff would look a lot stronger with either Daniel Jones or Justin Fields or any type of quarterback at that level.
I think it's fair, and what I'll say is Jared Goff is what he is. And you have to accept that in the NFL. And I think the fan base just accept he's the guy right now. It's okay. It's all good. Like, there's nothing you can do right now to change it.
No.
Now, you want to draft a quarterback? That is more than fine. I'm on board with it. I think eventually you have to address it. Now, if Jared Goff can look more like the guy you saw the first 3-4 weeks of the season, it would make the decision to draft a quarterback a lot more difficult, but it's inevitable. It would delay it, but it's inevitable. You guys look at the NFL. Who is the top of the league? Who was the creme of the creme at quarterback? Patrick Mahomes, no? Do you trust Jared Goff to go up against Patrick Mahomes in a meaningful game? Do you trust him to go up against Josh Allen? You know who I trust? Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen. I trust those guys to go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes. That's who I trust. And that's sometimes what you need. You think the Chargers have any chance against the Chiefs the other night if Herbert's not their quarterback? They get blown out in that game. Herbert makes 2-3 big-time throws, 40, 50, 60 yards downfield. Changed the game. One of them a touchdown to Palmer. So let's, pump the brakes a little bit. You can win with Jared Goff. The Giants are 7-3 with Daniel Jones. The Falcons are 5-6, I believe, with Marcus Mariota. The
Tannehill.
Vikings are 8-2 with Kirk Cousins.
Titans.
Tannehill 7-3 with the Titans. You can win with these guys, but it comes with a limitation.
Right.
Now the problem is, I do believe you can win a division with this guy, but it takes coaching at a level that you've never seen in this town before. That's the problem. And now, do you have that? If you had to answer right now, I think you would say no. A lot of you maybe would say, I don't have an answer yet. Oh, that's fair. You're right. I would agree with you. But right now, Jared Goff is the guy. Just leave it alone. Don't stress the quarterback too much. He's the guy. And you know what? Yes, I don't like the prospects coming out either. They're not ideal. But you know what, Jeff? That Rams pick is looking like a top 5 pick. And I don't think they win a game the rest of the year. That's going to be a 3-14 overall team. They might be top 2, top 3 if they continue this way. You know what that means for the Lions? They can continue to fight for whatever they're fighting for this year and get confidence with the fan base and have an optimistic offseason and go into next season actually daring and thinking they can win 10-11 games, which is their right.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, they get a top pick from the Rams. Now, you want to take a defensive player or a quarterback? Depends who's available.
Right.
But at the end of the day, Jared Goff is not the long-term solution here in Detroit.
And he's probably one of the last things that at least I would be concerned about. Now, he's making $30 million. However you feel about that is how you feel. But the reality is this defense is still not very talented. So if you're talking about the draft, I would much rather them go pursue, if you have a top 4, top 5 pick, take the best defensive player available. And then if you have 13 to 15, take another defensive player. Take back-to-back defensive players. That's the route I would go. Jared Goff just isn't really a concern because you got him for a year or two, and then after that you can cut bait with him. So until then, I'm not concerned. Jared, if you want to say you'd rather have Fields or Jones because those guys can extend plays with their legs and get a first down, I agree with you. But Jared Goff's much more experienced, and I think he brings that to a very young team. So build this roster around Jared, and then you go find your quarterback. They're going to have to do it eventually. I just don't think it's right now, at this very moment. Still plenty of work to do with this roster.
I love it. I love it. Well, Drew, thank you so much for the call this morning. We appreciate it. Let's take a quick pause. When we get back, let's get back on track. Lions and Bills. Phone lines are open. Your expectations for Thursday. Tomorrow we'll break down the game, go into all the details you want to talk about. But for today, before we get into the day before, what are you looking for? What do you want to see out of this team? What are you looking to grab onto from this game? Do you really think they'll go out and win? Do you think it's going to be a blowout? What is your opinion? I am curious this morning. So let's do that in a bit. But before we go, I got to tell you about the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network. And no, that isn't fish. It is the butchery. I love you, Fish. The butchery, let me tell you. Order online. Shipping is included. Sandwiches to die for, Wagyu meats, artisan breads, all inspired by the legendary Chef Dave, one of the best for our meat-loving consumers. Let Chef Dave and his team help you make the most out of your grilling experience. Call 248-682-COWS. That's 248-682-COWS.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for over 23 years makes Mike the number one option for anybody. So if you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That is 313-403-0011. All right. November 22nd, 9:30 live. WoodwardSports.com. Thank you to everybody joining us this morning. Jeff, I'll start with you before we go to the people.
Yeah.
Game against Buffalo's tomorrow. Or excuse me, Thursday.
Yes, I'll be there.
You'll be there.
A little nervous.
What is if you could take away one thing from the game, what is it that you want to see? Is it the standard, you want to see them compete? What are you looking for?
I'm going to be honest.
Is this a litmus test game or no?
It's hard to say we can take something away, right? Because you'd want to take away, for Daniel Jones, for example, or Justin Fields, for example, keep him in the pocket. Okay, you keep Josh Allen in the pocket, he'll still kill you. You allow him to run, he'll do that and kill you. You allow him to get out of the pocket, he can run out of the pocket and kill you. Like, this Bills offense, there's not really too many things you can't stop, but what you can do is get after the quarterback. You can. That's what's really been the key to success last couple weeks as well. If you can put pressure, constant pressure on Josh Allen and stop the run, at least slow down the run, because we've seen that so far with the Bills, teams being able to slow the run game down with Singletary and now James Cook, who's coming alive lately, and force them to throw the ball. At least they become more predictable. Now, can you still stop them without Jeff Okudah? I don't know. That's tough. You still have Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, who can hit you for a big play. You have Dawson Knox. I mean, it's a tough offense, to say the least. But at least if you can get pressure and create turnovers, which they've been able to do the last couple weeks. The Buffalo Bills, and Josh Allen specifically, we know Josh Allen's reckless. The guy thinks, and rightfully so, he can complete passes, unbelievable passes, and he's gonna force them into some tight windows. It's up to the Lions to capitalize on that and create those turnovers, get those turnovers. So that's really the key to success, is turnovers and putting pressure on Josh Allen. To say you can stop anything the Bills can do, that's tough. But I would say, Adam, stop the run game, because they've been. If you saw Sean McDermott and how they approach some games, they'll go away from the run quickly. And if they do that and their offense becomes a little more predictable, you have slightly a better chance to beat the Bills. But other than that, it's tough to stop any one of the better quarterbacks in the league. It's just it's tough to stop it.
All right, fair enough. I think I'm more along with you. I want to pull something away from the game. I don't want to commit too much for it. Let's just be honest. The Bills are much more talented than you. That is a reality. Mm-hmm. That is a fact. They are one of the better 2, 3, 4 teams in the NFL.
No question. On both sides of the ball, too.
Thursday will not be easy. And if you get blown out, the context of it will matter. But they're just way better than you. And I'm trying to pull out the individual performance, the coaching decisions. I'm trying to pull out anything I can to say, all right, cool, on to Jacksonville. I will project you to win this amount of games down the stretch. Because Buffalo is Buffalo. It is tough to predict that game. Mm-hmm. So I want to know what you guys think. Is the Buffalo game, does it have any meaning to you? Right. Because I don't want to come here on Friday and they lose 42-14 or 42-21 and say, you know what? Same old Lions. No. They are a better team than you. They should beat you. They should kick your ass. But having said that, you don't want them to kick your ass. You want to go out and compete. You want to keep it close as long as you can. And I think the Bills have shown flaws that would allow you to really have a chance, which is, one, they turn the ball over a ton. And this is a team in their 3-game winning streak that are forcing a lot of turnovers. They have a ton of takeaways. So there are things I can point to. Again, Buffalo is in the no bullshit business. They're looking to fight for that number 1 seed right now. Yeah. They already lost way too many games. They're trying to get back in their division race. They don't have time for this. Mm-hmm. So if they come out and beat you 45-21, I think I walk away and say, all right, there's a few things I liked on offense. Defense got mauled. The reality is they're outmatched. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, good luck. Gabe Davis going to beat you downfield. But Devin Singletary, Moss out of the backfield. Dawson Knox.
You know how you combat that? Keep on the sideline.
Yeah, well,
because that's like, for example, I know it's
defense very good.
I understand that, but if you look at the game plan Washington had when they beat Philly, dominated time of possession. It wasn't even like they had these big plays. It was really just slowly, really killing them on the ground. It was getting like 3 yards per carry. They'd have multiple 3rd and 1s. They just kept converting, and you saw Jalen Hurts and the rest of the Eagles' offense sitting on that sideline. So that would be the only way with this run game and this offensive line. I know it's hard.
Let me ask you this.
You got to keep
I'm trying to avoid this conversation on Friday, Jeff. I don't want them to lose 49-7.
Yeah.
And then I got to sit there and be objective and say, what the fuck was that? I don't want to have to do that. I don't. But I also don't want, if they lose, let's say, 35-17, 35-24, I'm not going to walk away and say, oh, they're back to what they were. I'm not doing that crap. They have earned, in my opinion, a lot of respect over these last 3 weeks. And I'm not going to let one game, which was the hardest game on the schedule all year, to sway me from what I've seen the last 3 weeks. Unless they just go completely in the opposite direction and collapse and fall apart,
right?
I don't project that happening. So I expect them to give a good fight. I think they'll compete. I do think they'll score on this Bills defense. I just don't think it'll be enough. Scott, let's go to Scott out in North Branch, Michigan. Scott, you're on the morning show. What do you got?
Morning, guys. How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad, gentlemen. What I want to see out of the game this Thursday is not only them competing and, giving it their, best effort. I honestly don't see really much anything good coming out of it unless it's on the defensive side of the ball, like it has been the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really wouldn't mind seeing Aiden Hutchinson getting 2 sacks and another interception on that. That note.
That would be nice.
If we can summon that'd be great.
What I would say is, I think you just want to see them continue to play somewhat to the level they have been playing. They are playing a team that is better than them. They are outmatched, and I am just setting it up to where we come in Friday, we acknowledge the loss, and let's talk about Jacksonville. Again, unless they get blown out or they get killed 56-3 and they have 7 turnovers and 13 penalties and they're just going in the opposite direction and they lose contain and they're getting blown out everywhere, which I don't expect to happen. All right, then that's going to be a tough show Friday. That's going to be a gut check on Friday. Yeah. But I don't expect that to happen. I just don't.
And I already can start hearing it with the whole Dan Campbell needs to be gone if they lose this game. Come on, dude. They just got you 3 back-to-back wins. Don't pull that shit.
Yeah, you can kind of foresee the flip-flopping of Lions fans because that's kind of how it's been all season. But I'm with you, Scott. You got to get pressure on Josh Allen. You got to make him uncomfortable a little bit. It's hard to make him uncomfortable, but maybe he can force some footballs where they shouldn't be, and the Lions can create some more turnovers.
So I've got one more good question for both of you guys.
Yep.
I want Fisher's thoughts too. Would you keep Jared Goff, or would you do what you could to try to get Jimmy G out of San Fran?
Ooh.
I'm going to be honest with you. Those 2 guys, I know Jimmy G most recently, he's won playoff games. They're pretty comparable to me. I mean, both guys are essentially quarterbacks. If you have a roster around them, you can win games with. Now, Jimmy G's probably less turnover prone. I mean, Jared Goff is the most turnover since, I believe, 2019 among quarterbacks. So there, at least you have that going for you. But I, at that point, I'd rather just keep Goff, if I'm being honest with you.
I love the question, Scott. I'm going to keep Goff as well. The money is going to be it. I think Jimmy G, you know what? There's no guarantee Trey Lance is the future anymore. I'm sorry. Jimmy G coming off his best game of the year. The Niners might get back to an NFC championship. And if I'm Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm sitting there and saying, you know what? I think we messed up. I think we messed up. We missed on Trey Lance, just like the Packers missed on Jordan Love, just like the Jets missed on Zach Wilson. Let's call a spade unless we truly believe in this kid. Hey, Jimmy, let's sign you to a 3-year, $60 million contract. Let's make it team-friendly. Let us keep this team we have around you. Let's go out and try to win a championship. I think that's what the Niners, in the back rooms, private meetings, are having that conversation. Great call, Scott. Appreciate you so much.
You too. Have a great day, guys.
You too.
Appreciate you, Scott.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we get back, let's talk some Pistons. All right, Jeff, hear me out?
I got a lot to get off my plate here.
All right, well, then we're setting it up perfectly. Let's talk about the sports marketing agency before we go.
All right, sports marketing agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, will help fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com for more information.
Love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling game. 2 to play for $12. You can have the unlimited open play, or you can pay $120 for a lane reservation for up to 10 people. $2 Mr. Beer Machine, full bar. Check it all out. FullingWarehouse.com.
All right, we are back here on the morning show. All right, Fish, I just placed the bet.
Okay, I hope it pays out for you.
I did. I put a $200 bet on Denmark at plus 260 right now, live.
Okay, yeah.
Money line.
Yeah. By the way, can I talk to you about something I want to tell you during the break, but you weren't, anyways. How do you feel about them adding so much time at the end of each half? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Think it's smart?
Say it again. I was totally ignoring you and looking at my bet.
Cool. All right, let's just talk Pistons then. That's fine.
No. Say it again. I'm sorry.
Do you like them adding time at each half? Like how much they're adding, like way more time than they normally would.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh, you don't like that?
No, I'm not a fan.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of added time that isn't legitimate. Added time is meant for if a player gets hurt,
okay,
or there's something that stopped play, or a lot of fouls or acting. That's fine. A minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, sometimes even 5-6 minutes.
Okay.
These 5 minutes at halftime and 7 at the end of the game, I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it at all.
Well, you know why it is, right?
Yeah, I know. I just don't like it.
Yeah, they're cracking. Yeah. Okay.
I don't like it. Having said that,
hopefully your bet wins.
Well, hopefully they give 20 minutes of added time today. I need this team to score. Oh, dear God. All right. Jeff, I'm just going to let you take this.
All right.
Pistons Nuggets tonight.
I'm disgusted. I'm disappointed. And I'm expecting a blowout. Nuggets, Pistons. Go for it.
Well, let me start on the season, because the Nuggets game, we'll get to that, because that's another thing to worry about. I can understand why Pistons fans are frustrated. You've lost 7 straight. You've won 1 game out of your last 11. You haven't won a road game yet. But, I will say this, and I'm not going to sit up here and defend Dwayne. What I am going to say, though, is, and I know patience is the worst word to use, but with a Pistons team that, let's be honest with you, we didn't have much expectations this year. We did want to see improvement. But we also wanted to see a healthy lineup completely together, which they have not been able to do, right? To start the season, you don't have Bagley and Burks. You wait. Burks and Bagley come back. Cade's out, and probably out for the unforeseeable future. Could be out for the season. You lose Isaiah Stewart. That doesn't help. Those are 2 guys, especially with a lineup that's so thin already. Cade, your best player, he's not there currently. You're really relying on a rookie at this point, and Killian Hayes, who everyone was calling a bust before he went on this 5-6 game streak of actually playing well. What I will say to Pistons fans is, again, guys, you have to understand that and I'm not trying, it's different sports, but look at the Red Wings, right? Look at last year with Jeff Blashill. Everybody and their mother wanted him fired during the season. What did D-Max sit in that seat and say? There's a time. There's going to be a time where Yzerman makes that decision. And I will say the same thing about Troy Weaver. There's going to be a time. Troy knows, listen, Troy's good at his job. I know it's hard to understand that, and a lot of fans feel like, he's not making the right decision, firing Dwayne 18 games in. I get it. But there's going to be a time. Next offseason is when I expect Dwayne to really retire. I mean, if you want to say fire, that's fine, but I just think Dwayne's done after this season, and I think Troy knows that. Let Dwayne ride out this season, continue to develop these players. If you haven't liked what you've seen out of Killian and Jay Ivey, that's on you. I have. I've liked how those guys have taken those next steps. I like how Duran's progressed. There's a lot of things you can take away, even in a season where you have 3 wins. But you guys just got to wait, really. You really do. I mean, if you want to fire Dwayne 18 games in and have an assistant run the show for such a young team, I'd rather have consistency at the head coach position, but that's just me. But to speak on Dwayne Casey, there are things that frustrated me. I was frustrated, and this isn't the first time this has happened either, against Sacramento late in the game. You have Bagley at center. Bagley at center in a game where nobody was playing defense. I mean, it was a high-scoring game. Both teams shot over 50%. You have Bagley at center, who isn't a defender at all. He's a true 4. He really is a 4. Instead of Duran down the stretch, you have Bojan Bogdanovic handling the ball, trying to make plays when Ivey's sitting in the corner. That's what frustrates me. And again, if you guys are frustrated with Dwayne Casey, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. What I am going to say is be patient, because there's going to be a time and a place when Troy makes that decision, and when he does, he's going to bring in a coach that he feels like the Grizzlies did with Taylor Jenkins. They picked him away from Milwaukee, felt like the Grizzlies needed to take that next step, and they did that. Dwayne isn't going to be here for the next 3-4 years. I mean, people act like and freak out like Dwayne's going to be here in the future. He's not. It's not happening. It's not Troy's guy. Troy didn't hire Dwayne, and the fact that he's keeping Dwayne this season should tell you something. This is it. Like, let Dwayne ride it out with these guys. We'll see what happens. The season's a wash at this point. I mean, it really is. They won 3 games. They're really the worst team right now in the NBA. They're going to be in the lottery once again. I mean, if Cade's out for the season, it's over at this point. So look for player development, and just you don't have to, every game they lose, everyone's on Twitter, fire Dwayne. It's not going to happen. It just isn't. I'm sorry. Troy's going to make that decision when he makes that decision. And if you really like Troy, which I do, I love what Troy's been doing, you guys can wait and be patient and allow Troy to make that decision, just like Yzerman did with Blashill. There's a time. Remember, he waited till the draft to fire Blashill, and everyone was all heaps praising. Oh, finally, good for Yzerman, when they were bitching all season to fire him midseason. It's not how these things work. But I get the frustration. It really has been frustrating. I mean, I knew they'd be bad, but not 3 wins. Bad. And they haven't won a road game. Bad. But this is where we are, guys. I mean, honestly, just allow Troy to make that decision when it's all said and done. It's coming. Just be patient. It's coming. I know the word patient sucks in this city. Everyone hates hearing it. But the Pistons have shown you, and Troy has shown you so far with the moves he's made, they're building something. They're still not a complete team. There's still plenty of work to be done with this roster. And when that work's done, a new head coach will be brought in. I promise you. But just be patient right now with Dwayne. You're not going to fire him.
I don't know how he lasts after the season.
He's not.
Would you agree?
He's not. He will not. I would be shocked if he's your head coach next season. I would be shocked. So at least I would be appalled, to be honest with you. I really would.
I don't see it. I'm not seeing any development. I'm seeing just, again, that players are injured, whatever excuse you want to use in the book, that's fine, but it's not getting any better. It's not. The Cade injury does suck. It doesn't help. But am I inspired by Dwayne Casey? Am I? Should Pistons fans be inspired by him? I don't think so.
I just think
I do agree with you. It's too early.
To those saying fire Dwayne right now, my question to you would be, name a coach who would do a better job. And by better job, I mean what? If you had a different coach, you win 3 to 4 more games.
Well, that's where me and you are on the same page. Because again, I don't think he's the guy. That doesn't mean I think you should fire him right now.
Right.
I think we agree. A turd's a turd, right?
Turd's a turd. I mean, it is what it is.
There's a time and place, just like Blashill. Let's take a break. When we get back, Mailbag ask all your questions in the Woodward Sports chat. We will answer them. We'll be back in just a few, but before we go, I got to tell you about Lady Jane's haircuts for men. I got to go get a haircut, man. I look like a goddamn grizzly bear. I'm literally about to go right after this. Having said that, open 10-8, 7 days a week, walk in anytime, no appointment necessary. Their awesome stylists will take care of you like they take care of me. So get to a Lady Jane's near you. It's wicked awesome.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health
organization, we serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
All right, we are back here on the Morning Woodward Show, live, woodwardsports.com. Mailbag time. Get your questions in the chat. Jeff and I will answer them. Let's see if Denmark is going to score right now. Clearly they're not. Gosh dang it. All right, moving on. Guys, I trust Jim Knowles versus the 2 idiots calling plays for Michigan. Don't you think that's the main matchup in this game? Adam, will you laugh at Ryan and Breland if Ohio State kills Michigan? I can't laugh at them. Can't laugh at them because I devoted myself to Michigan State. And last I checked, Michigan will finish the year with double the amount of wins as Michigan State. So I don't think I'm in a position to talk crap, and they have the Paul Bunyan trophy. Having said that,
you're in a position to laugh.
No, I'm not.
Because they're high on Michigan, saying they're going to win the national championship and all that.
I don't
And if
know.
they get murdered to Ohio State, because everyone was dogging Ohio State, you have 100% of the ability to laugh at every single Michigan fan if they get murdered to Ohio. Now, if they win by 3 or 7, maybe not. But if they lose by like 14 and up, laugh at them. Point
we'll
at them.
see. Depends how they lose.
Swear at
Depends
them.
If Michigan lose by more than 14.
Yeah, I'd say
or
14
17,
and up. Yeah.
I think I'll bring in the hookah, wearing all green and just laughing.
Yeah. I'd say 14 up reasonable. 10.
Okay, fair enough. Then I will laugh. There you go. Jesse, you and Fish convinced me. Here we are. What other questions do we have? What's the deal with Swift? Says he's not injured, but isn't getting any workload. Jeff, I'll let you answer that.
Yeah, it seems like at this point he's just... I don't know. Is it him being 100% healthy? Is it him being 100% comfortable? I don't really have an answer for that. It seems like he's on the field at times as like a decoy. But I expect Swift, as the season goes on, to get better and better. I think eventually you'll start seeing some of those flashes you saw early in the season. But right now, he doesn't look the same. I don't know if it's mentally. I mean, you'll see plays where Penei Sewell and the rest of the offensive line will open up holes for him, and he'll go to the sideline. Like, again, those are mental mistakes. He would have a 10, 15-yard gain if he would just take what he sees and what the offensive line is giving him, and that's Deuce. I know Deuce has been preaching that. We've seen him preach it in Hard Knocks, so I don't know. Is he not taking the coaching? I don't know. It seems like Jamal is really the most favorite out of all those running backs to Deuce because Jamal does his job, and he does it correctly. So it's something going on with Swift. It really is. Maybe more mentally than physically.
Man, Denmark are pushing it.
Denmark.
I thought it was
they
a
are.
handball, Fish.
They're pushing. They're trying to get the goal here to win the game.
Wow, that goalie almost messed it up.
Yeah.
If Michigan wins, does it say more about Jim Harbaugh or Ryan Day? I would say it says more about Ryan Day. But I'm sorry. I also want to give a ton of credit to Harbaugh.
Yeah, I think Harbaugh deserves a lot of that credit,
to go
too.
on the road, first win since 2000 in Columbus. All right, possible penalty, Fish. It's going to VAR. Oh,
it is.
My God. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to win $520. We are about to win $520.
Westfall, did you bet on it too?
What is it? What is it, Fish?
Did you bet on it too?
Did you bet on it?
Maybe.
Did you?
Yeah.
What? How much did you put?
Like $5.
Oh, man. So what are you going to win? 10, 15 bucks?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good though.
Oh, that is handball?
Yeah.
It's a penalty.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Adam's loving life. This is why you live bet. Get
Is it a
Adam
penalty?
happy.
David.
Oh, no. It's not a penalty. Son of a bitch.
You jinxed it.
No.
You gotta jinx
You jinxed it.
Son of a
Oh
bitch.
boy.
Oh, man!
Boo!
Oh, God, I guess the only person in this
There's
chat
like-
that's happy is Booner.
There's like 5 people in the chat that put money on it. Also.
Guys, let me be irresponsible for you. You're not supposed to listen to me on a live bet. What's wrong with you guys?
Well, they hear about you.
Oh, my God, it touched his hand. How is that not a penalty? Oh, my God. All right. Let's get back to your questions.
They're just saying it was away from his body.
I don't care if it was away from his body. That is so stupid.
And they can still score.
Oh, God.
Andrew Smith, WoodwardSports.com, says Fish is going to have to give a minimum of 20 hip thrusts if U.S. upsets England.
Commit to it now, Fish. Yes or no?
I mean...
And get a speed run in there. Give him like 15, 20 hip thrusts.
Yes or no?
I mean, I don't want to, but do I have any choice?
Yeah, you do. You can say
you
no.
have a choice, but I'd like you to make the bet with him, not me make it for you. So would you agree with Andrew? Will you do it? If the U.S. beats England, 20 hip thrusts on the network.
And a hookah rip.
And a hookah rip.
Not doing the
Okay, not the hookah rip. Not the hookah rip.
No.
Wait. Slow down. One thing at a time. 20 hip thrusts.
Sure, I guess.
All right, Andrew, you got yourself a deal. Congratulations,
buddy. Congrats, Andrew. Let's go.
All right, Booner, it looks like your bet is winning. And that looks like it's game.
Yeah,
I am very
he's
upset.
gonna win
That should have been a
some money.
penalty, but here we are. This is the fun part about betting. You win some, you lose some.
You do.
Mailbag, with the longer season and new concussion protocols, does the NFL need to allow teams to have more than 53 active players on the roster? Only if owners are willing to spend more money.
That's it.
That's the only way you're going to get that cap to go up. And they would have to charge advertisers. It is a whole thing. I don't know if I could commit and say yes. Here comes Denmark. They're going to have a corner kick. And I think that'll be the game.
Ezekiel asked Mailbag, if the Lions somehow pull the upset and beat the Bills this Thursday, with J-Mo and Romeo coming back afterwards, would you all guarantee the playoffs? No, playoffs.
No, because it's tough. Because you need the Giants to fall off.
Yes.
You need the Seahawks to fall off.
Yeah. you like your chances, though.
Like your chances a lot more.
But you can't guarantee it.
But you can't guarantee it. Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. Corner comes in. This is the final kick of the game. It's a shitty corner.
Yeah, that's it.
And that should be it.
Terrible.
Yikes.
Awful corner. See, this is why soccer sucks. There's no... What?
You just
knew
bet
the
on it
second
right
it left
there.
his foot, it sucked.
Well, that's the guy's kicking its fault.
Well,
not
he sucks. He sucks.
Then kick him out of the team.
Should have bet the draw.
Hey, what you would have got like negative money on that, though, right?
Oh, God. Adam, Jeff, please just answer. Just wondering if we have a kicker delay of game in the fourth. Would have been a 54-yard at first. Huh?
That's.
Am I missing something?
Out of words.
It's talking about late in the Giants game?
I'm not recalling. Mailbag, is Udoka better than Casey? Yeah, but
good luck taking on Udoka.
Take it on him right now.
Good PR move. I mean, that's.
I don't think many people would like that.
He can coach, but again, if you're hiring Udoka, prepare. All right, for the backlash you're going to get.
All right, well, let's wrap up. We're out of here. Thank you guys so much for today. Appreciate you tuning in. As always, woodwardsports.com. Check it out. Latest news, breaking news, articles, you name it, we got it. Jeff, Alex, Fish, thank you so much to everybody in the chat. Thank you again this morning. We're out of here.
Yes, sir.
See you tomorrow.
Appreciate y'all.
We got a lot of Lions.
Wow,
a lot of Lions leading into Thanksgiving Day before the pregame show. We will be live 10 to 12 for the Lions pregame show. Can't wait. You all have a very good rest of your Tuesday.
Good luck. Go World Cup. Go Australia. Bye.